I'd like to share a story with you. It happened at a dinner party at a friend's parents' house a couple of weeks ago. So we're all chatting around the table as one does, and the conversation is moving, flowing, and all of a sudden it starts to kind of angle towards a conversation around sexuality. Where my friend's parents said, who's now in their early 60s, this whole thing, LGBT, A, B, C, D, E, kind of trying to make a joke, trying to poke fun at this acronym that is kind of growing that he probably just doesn't really understand. And that this isn't a conversation or a video around LGBT and sexuality. It's actually more about the sentiment of what happens when we don't understand something and an evolution of a consciousness, how we often dismiss it. We can't say, it's not important, or it's just trendy, it's just a buzzword. Now we don't really take it seriously. It's just like, let these millennials and Gen Zs have it. We kind of dismiss it. And what I was kind of thinking about is, I wonder if we are heading in a similar direction with DEI. See, DEI is also an evolving consciousness, right? As we are evolving in this work as human beings, our understanding within organizations, we are understanding more about it. So, a decade ago, we started with diversity, right? We did diversity training. That's it. And part of the evolution on diversity training was then unconscious bias. Good. And all of our organizations did unconscious bias training. Know your biases. Great. Then, of course, we said, but hold on, there's another aspect to this. What about inclusion? That it's not just about having diverse people, gay faces, brown faces, disabled faces. No. We need to now include them. A really critical step in the evolution. And everyone jumps and we start doing inclusion work. Amazing. Then it's equality, right? We need equality because it's important to have access. Good. Oh, wait. Not equality, equity. Yes, sorry, it's actually equity. We do work on equity. We even see here for International Women's Day this year was the idea of embracing equity. And now we've started to see a growth in the consciousness, the language around B, belonging. So from D to D&I to DEI, now to DEIB, this idea of belonging. I'm wondering whether there's going to be a sense, because I've already heard it and seen it, where we kind of see this as like a DEIB, AB, I want us to be cautious about this because there's a lot of new language coming around. Yes, belonging, absolutely, but new language around psychological safety. And now we're even starting to see language around justice. So we see this almost this DEIB plus acronym, right? We kind of see it as going to be evolving. But here's the caution. Let's learn from the LGBT, ABCD, and let's think about this critically. If we see DEIB learning as linear, we're going to make a mistake. Because it's not D to E to I to B to psychological safety to justice. We actually need to see it as way more holistic, almost as like a network. Psychological safety is not after belonging. Psychological safety is actually an experience of exclusion and not belonging as a whole. It doesn't fit in a linear way, right? Psychological safety is a new understanding, a new language to create or to describe an experience of exclusion that people have felt all of their lives, right? It's not the next conversation in it. When we're thinking about justice, which is for all intents and purposes where we're kind of angling, we think it'll be DEIBJ. No, justice isn't the next conversation after belonging. Justice is the whole thing. This is what we've been doing from the beginning. This idea of fair and equitable access and opportunities and care and love and growth and healing. That is what justice is as a whole. I've been engaging with clients who kind of said, wait, we've done inclusion work last year. We now want to do belonging. Or, we actually did belonging last year. We want to be doing psychological safety this year. And I wanted to say that's fine to continue growing the consciousness within our organizations, but let's not see it as linear. We did this last year. Now we need to. Let's kind of start seeing it in a little bit more of a complex way. That actually we can go back to unconscious bias. We can go back to diversity to have a re-understanding and re-look at that. We're seeing it now with neurodiversity, right? Neurodivergence is all over my LinkedIn. That's kind of taking us back to the D, to the diversity. Let us be robust in our approach to this work. So I think we should just call it DEIB+.